Hegelian philosophy is the premise of this video. So I am basing what I've got to say in this video on how the problem reaction solution paradigm works. But before I get into it, I have a story to tell, as always, show and tell day to day. So as this red and black and white, scarf does not match with this purple and white outfit, I'm trying to see if I can iron out some things today, because the story is just not adding up, or just not going well together. I'm also wearing this overcoat that was given to me by a friend of me, and I wear it and I keep it for all times. And one day I'll tell you the story about this jacket. Today we're talking about Hegel and his ideology of how the problem, the reaction, and the solution paradigm works. Number one, Hegel says the government creates or exploits a problem that attributes blame to others. Two, the populace reacts by asking the government for protection and help to solve that problem. Number three, the government offers a solution that was planned by them long before the crisis occurred. And four, well, the outcome, rights and liberties are exchanged for the illusion of protection and help. I didn't say that. Hegel said that. Hegel said that's how the government works. Now, what we got here is a barrel. For the last 28 years of living in this country, I can't keep track of the amount of barrels I've sent to Jamaica. Barrels to family members, to friends, to complete strangers. Believe me. And truthfully, most of these individuals have proven to be ungrateful. But you don't do it because you're looking for praise. You just sometimes would like to hear thank you, which you often never really get. But you still do it anyway. So here I have a barrel without a name, without a destination. I have no idea who's going to get this barrel. And in this barrel, I have got even shopping bags. When I send the barrel to Jamaica, I put these bags. I put these bags in there because I'm thinking, yeah, it might be somebody's birthday when it goes, or somebody could use it to make a present for somebody. In this bag, I got lotions, shampoos, different kinds of lotion, sprays. These are things that when you go to Jamaica and you give to somebody, a complete stranger, it just moves me to tears sometimes. The way people sometimes show appreciation. Strangers often do show more appreciation than family members, to be honest with you. So a random lady, I could just be standing in front of a supermarket and just hand this to somebody, and the reaction is as if you give them $1 million. So I got, lotion and things like that in here. This is a brand new construction or work boots or whatever. Some years ago when my daughter was in college, she decided she wanted to work at a factory for the holiday. You're right. I don't think her foot can even lift this thing. But, you encourage your kids to do whatever they can to be independent. So she purchased this and she never wore it. So this is going to go to somebody. Someone who just got a job and just can't afford to buy a work boots. Who is that person? I don't know. In this bag here, I got candies. My husband used to work at a candy factory, and when it was closing, they gave them candies that we don't even use, but some kid in Jamaica, and every time we go to Jamaica, we bring these. It's so much that we haven't given them all away yet, but the kids love this. All candies, you get the point with this. Blankets. We oftentimes forget about babies when we were giving things in Jamaica. So I have blankets that I plan to send to somebody. Clothing that I will iron, because when I send them, I always iron them and make sure they look good. And I'm not giving them something that my kid wouldn't wear. This doesn't fit her anywhere. These are things she's outgrown. Really nice things, some still brand new. Just be patient, I'm coming to you. Anyway, what I got in this barrel is clothing and beddings. Things that is destined to someone who really needs that. Sweaters, brand new shirt that I've purchased that haven't been worn. This barrel, and if you see, it takes strength to push it over, and all I have in there is just clothing and a few lotions and sprays and such and such and so on. I'm the queen of packing barrels. Usually in a food barrel, I would put a barrel of this size. I could fit 4 or 3 20-pound bags of flour, 4 20-pound bags of rice, about 4 bottles of 3-liter oil, cornmeal 20 pounds, a bag of peas, red peas, probably 18-20 pounds, and some canned items. And if I put soap, usually I put it at the bottom in this barrel. But this barrel, I can barely move it. It's so heavy. So this is how we segue into today's topic. I read an article recently, and I've been seeing a series of videos of individuals talking about some 2 barrels, and I'm assuming this size, even if it's not this size, a little taller, because this is the large, so the extra large is not that much bigger. These 2 barrels were scheduled or were marked to be shipped to Jamaica and is intercepted in Miami. The barrel has, and I'm not giving you all the content, the barrel has 2 rifles, 115 pistol, 139 magazine, 103 round of whatever kind of bullets, 50 rounds of another ammunition, 40 rounds of another. It was so much I stopped counting. But let's just say that what we saw on a table, the picture of that table, and I'm going to attach the picture of that on this video as my thumbnail, a whole table filled with these guns and these ammunitions, and was told that they fit into 2 of these barrels. Now, I don't want to lie and say things that didn't appear in that thing. I'm still a bit confused, because in that shipment was also a 4 dresser drawer and a TV stand. I'm not sure if they're trying to tell me that those were in separate boxes, because they certainly could not hold, a 4 dresser drawer could not hold in these 2 barrels. So maybe those were additional pieces. But either way, what I'm saying, as the queen of shipping barrels to Jamaica, I can declare before you that there's absolutely no way that amount of guns and ammunition that could fit into these 2 barrels. Something isn't right. Somebody is telling us a story or writing a story, and there are some errors. The editor allowed that video to go through without fact-checked. A person fact-checked it, because what we get is impossible. So we understand that Jamaica is now like Baghdad, and no disrespect to you individuals in Baghdad, but you know, we've always heard about war in the Middle East, and we've always heard about war in Palestine, and you know, there's conflicts between these different nations over the years. But the kind of gun that is going into Jamaica would leave one feeling frightened, or at least ask questions. Who is doing this? What is the aim? What is the intention? Who is sending these guns? And for what purpose? Past governments have been implicated in allowing individuals to kill off each other so that they can maintain power. Who is doing this? the government, according to Ego, will create or exploit a problem that attributes blames to others. So who is going to take blame for what we see happening in Jamaica with violence and crime? Then, of course, even if individuals did not want to agree to extreme measures, now they will, because the fear is now planted in their minds, and the populace will now react by asking the government for protection, and thereby saying in their desperation, do whatever it takes. Even if we give up our rights as citizens, do whatever it takes. The government will then offer a solution, because based on this two shipment that was scheduled to go to Jamaica, the government will have no choice but to offer a solution that was planned by them long before the crisis took place. The crisis of seeing all this gun going to Jamaica now will push our government into action and to thereby provide you with a solution that is going to be detrimental. Rights and liberty will now be exchanged for the illusion of protection and help, because the ones who are behind this kind of shipment, the ones who had the opportunity to show us this kind of thing, do understand what kind of fear it's going to produce, and more than likely will give them the outcome that they're looking for. Scary times. This is, people. These are scary times. These barrel, and I'm sorry I'm not able to give you, but I guess you have an idea. Here's the size of the barrel. And I'm saying this barrel cannot hold. Two of these barrels cannot hold. Cannot hold all of that. Recently, Montego Bay had a storm, a terrible freak storm. It was almost as if Jesus just went over Montego Bay and said, okay, I'm going to punish you, because, you know, most times when things happen in Jamaica, hurricane or natural disaster, in Haiti and any African place, we hear all our people run out and say, oh yes, Jesus is punishing. Jesus was punishing Montego Bay recently, according to some people. I wonder who is trying to punish Jamaica with this kind of thing. And I hope I get to meet that person who is able to pack that barrel, because now they dethroned me, because I could not fit those amount of guns and ammunition in 2 barrels. And I want someone to tell me, because I refuse to believe that is true, that a 4-dresser drawer and a TV stand was also inside that barrel. It doesn't really matter still. The question is, if names were written on this barrel, who it was being sent to and who was sending it. You have that information. And I consider European and North American intelligence something not to frown upon. I respect the Western and European way of investigation, because you could commit a crime 400 years ago and they're going to find you. I don't see Europeans or North Americans telling a person who could potentially be committing that kind of crime, telling people the name of these individuals before they go and grab them, put them in handcuffs. I see American intelligence as something that would actually put a camera inside that barrel and watch it and see who is going to pick it up. So why are we hearing about this? Why was the shipment intercepted? Why would it not go to the location to see who is going to pick it up? And then that person could finger out or point out who sent it. Why would someone shoot themselves in the leg? There's something very wrong with that story. As I take off that coat that my frenemy gave me and reveal what is underneath, I am saying, as this outfit hides my true figure, so does that story hides the truth. Be blessed, everyone.